So the late,
Wow, that's just incredible.
right?
That's a tightly controlled arrangement that's made to sound extemporaneous, right?
I think that's probably exactly right.
And it reminds me of Fats Waller so much because it's humorous, boisterous, fun, yet it's virtuoso personified. It's the full package.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, when you watch the video, those slides he's doing, I mean, he's going all the way up and down the neck and just nailing it, just
Right.
perfect. Perfect.
It's almost like Indian music at that point, the gumakas of Indian music, right?
Yeah, he sounds like you, Srinivas. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And then just even those little humorous things he's doing, you're like, well, Al Di Meola can't do that.
No, no, he takes himself way too serious for that.
And the technique is mind-boggling. It really is.
Right. And you can hear that it's all being sung.
Hmm.
Like a real master musician, you can always tell it's actually their ears and almost their tongue playing the music, not the guitar. And it has less to do with guitar technique than it does with what's going on in their ears.
Yeah, and also part of that, that structured thing is he's showcasing so many different techniques within that little short song. His rhythm playing, those triplets,
Flat picking, right?
yeah, but between the hot licks, he's doing some amazing rhythmic things with the right hand
Totally.
too.
Yeah. And then just in case you were wondering, they go into some kind of permutation double time thing.
Yeah,
What the heck?
yeah. Let's speed it up. Yeah,
Yeah. And then do the slow crawl blues ending.
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's a lot more videos and songs. I mean, there's a whole album of this stuff, and it's all great. So
Now, did he had a lot of vocal monster hits like Burl Ives or something, right?
he did. He had a couple big hits. I'm blanking on them right now, but yeah, he had a couple of. There was one big romantic kind of ballad or sentimental ballad that he did. That was the big number one hit bestseller. So he had a couple of big hits like that really cemented his fame and led to him being the top paid guy in all of Nashville.
Wow.
So yeah, so he definitely qualifies. Although he's probably now today I don't think people say, oh, Roy Clark, one of the great singers of all time in country. But he had a very relaxed, warm style, like his personality that was very accessible, very appealing, and had a very, very fine singing voice as well. Yeah, so Lightning Fingers of Roy Clark for swinging, dancing, and listening is that what it says.
It's nice to hear a real proficient instrumentalist first making the cross into pop stardom, because usually a guy like that's going to be relegated to studio session, nimble finger guy,
Yeah,
as opposed to
yeah,
being create a superstar out of him.
right. And we'll hear another guy later named Glenn Campbell who fits that same bill. Now we turn to a modern pop star, and a pretty boy who first was kind of a sex symbol pop star, but then started to reveal over his career that he is, a very adept guitar player, and is now, had several different showcases for that guitar playing, and most recently has been playing with Bob Weir and the Grateful Dead gang, and that is John Mayer. And John Mayer, was known for his huge ego, and his had this huge success at a very young age, and I think had some controversies with some of his brash opinions that weren't appreciated by a lot of people. But
Oh yeah, right. I forgot about that.
yeah, but I think he's kind of matured, and now that he has more money than he knows what to do with, he is a guy who has turned to focusing on instrumental stuff and actually paying homage to all of his blues heroes like Buddy Guy and B.B. King and Eric Clapton, and he's now performed with all these, different cats. And like I said, he's with Dead and Company now with Bob Weir and Mickey Hart. So shows, that he also has a lot of versatility to what he does. And so the cut I chose was a trio he created with two top cats, drummer Stanley Jordan and bassist Pino Palladino.
Steve Jordan.
Oh, Steve, yes, not Stanley. Yes, sorry.
There's a big difference there.
Thank you for that correction. I don't know if they've put it out yet, but also he's recorded and with also doing some stuff with Charlie Hunter. And I know that Charlie
really?
sat in on some of his stuff.
I've played with him.
Yeah, and we'll probably get to Charlie Hunter in one of our guitar episodes here at some point with his amazing weird 7-string bass guitar combo technique.
Yeah, that weird thing he does. Yeah,
and he seems like a pretty cool cat. So he's he's now playing with Steve Jordan, who one of the top session guys, has played with everybody you possibly think of.
Yeah, the best backbeat in the biz.
And Pino Palladino. What was his original band that he became famous with? Not Tower of Power, but who was it?
No, I don't know. I've always thought of him as a session guy. He's been on every pop song. If you want a good bass player, you get him, and he's been doing that since like the early '80s, I think. Yeah,
and I know he has a new solo album out where he's finally done his his first album as a leader. I'm just quickly looking at it says he's performed with The Who, Nine Inch Nails, Gary Newman, Jeff Beck, D'Angelo.
He's the first call guy.
Yeah. And so this is the John Mayer trio playing Wait Until Tomorrow.